Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer where we're finally going to demystify something that causes literally endless headaches for so many of us, and that is the notoriously convoluted Irish pension system. Seriously, if you've ever looked into planning for your future and just immediately felt a massive wave of overwhelm hit you, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break this whole thing down piece by piece.
So if your answer to that question is a resounding yes, I really want to validate that confusion right out of the gate. It is completely 100% normal. The main reason it's so incredibly confusing is that people so often falsely assume they're totally covered for retirement when they're actually not. And that happens because they don't realize there isn't just one single pension system in Ireland. There are actually 3 different layers at play, all moving at the exact same time.
Here's our quick blueprint for today. We'll start with the 3 pension layers, move into the foundation, which is the state pension, look at your private pension, which funds your lifestyle, unpack the connector, PSI, and then put it all together. Section 1. The 3 pension layers, breaking down the system. You see, the root of all this confusion is treating the Irish retirement system like it's a single, massive entity. Don't do that. Instead, think of it kind of like building a house from the ground up, using 3 interconnected building blocks: the state pension, your private or workplace pension, and your PRSI contributions. If you don't fully understand how these 3 specific elements fit together, you risk a major financial shortfall in retirement. Relying on just one element without understanding its relationship to the others, that's the biggest trap you can possibly fall into.
Section 2. Foundation, the state pension, building the base.
This is the absolute foundation that almost everyone working in Ireland is building toward over the course of their career. But I've got a stark reality check for you here. If you qualify for the full contributory state pension, which by the way currently kicks in at around age 66, this number right here is roughly your annual payout, 14,000 euros a year. And remember, there's a catch. You need to have made enough PRSI contributions over your entire working life to even qualify for this full amount.
Even if you do manage to qualify for that full 14,000, remember, it's a base income. It's not a complete solution. It's just a baseline designed for basic survival. It is absolutely not a fund designed to fully support a comfortable, going on holidays and eating out retirement lifestyle. If you only rely on the state, you will very, very likely fall way short of the life you actually want to live. Section 3. Lifestyle, your private pension, the main income driver. Now, what's really interesting about this is that it actually dictates your future. If the state pension is just a bare-bones base, this private layer is what actually gives you flexibility, security, and personal ownership of your retirement. There are 2 main paths here in Ireland. On one side, we've got occupational pensions. These are set up by your employer, and the major advantage here is that they usually include employer contributions. It's essentially free money being added to your pot. On the other side, we have PRSAs, or personal retirement savings accounts. If you don't happen to have a company scheme, well, you can set one of these up independently. It gives you the total flexibility to contribute yourself and manage your own financial future.
But regardless of which path you're on, this money is uniquely yours. It's invested on your behalf, and its final value basically comes down to 3 simple steps. 1. How much you actually contribute. 2. How early you start. And 3. How those investments perform over time. You are totally in the driver's seat here.
You do need to be incredibly aware of the access rules, though. Most pensions in Ireland are locked away securely until at least your 60s. And because these funds are locked, starting early is absolutely paramount. Seriously, once you're getting close to retirement age, your ability to make up lost ground is incredibly limited. Time in the market is, without a doubt, your best friend here.
Section 4. The connector, understanding PRSI, tying it all together. We're transitioning now to the crucial element that connects your working life to your retirement base. And honestly, this right here is the source of the single biggest myth in Irish retirement planning. So the crucial point is understanding pay-related social insurance. Every single time you get paid, you make these contributions. But let me definitively bust a myth for you right now. PRSI does not build a personal pot of money for you. It's not a savings account. It's simply a contribution-based tax that builds your eligibility for future state benefits. That's it.
I really want to let this sink in for a second. PRSI only qualifies you for the state pension. It does not replace the need for a private pension. Far too many people see PRSI listed on their payslip every single month and just assume they're sorted for retirement. They just assume a little pot of gold is growing for them somewhere. It isn't. PRSI just gets you a ticket to that 14,000 euro base we talked about earlier.
Section 5. Putting it all together. The retirement blueprint. Let's move to and see how this builds.
Now that we have all our building blocks, we can finally step back and see the whole house. Let's walk through it together. The first layer, PSI, its function is simply to earn you access, resulting in your qualification for the state pension. The second layer, the state pension itself, its function is the foundation, resulting in a basic survival income. And the third layer, your private pension, its function is the engine, resulting in your actual retirement lifestyle. These are the exact specific roles of the 3 building blocks you need to safely navigate your retirement.
Because look, if you don't understand this structure, you fall into the classic trap perfectly described right here. It's a bit like assuming everything is grand until it very clearly isn't, which, honestly, would fit right into an episode of Father Ted. It's funny to think about, sure, but the danger of ignorance here is very, very real. Assuming you're covered when you only have one of the 3 blocks in place, that is a recipe for a really stressful retirement.
Which leaves us with one final, super important question. Ireland is about to introduce a massive new auto-enrolment pension system to try and fix this exact confusion. But who does it actually apply to? What will you have to contribute? And crucially, is auto-enrollment going to be enough on its own to secure your future? Well, that is exactly what we'll be covering next time. Until then, do yourself a favor, take a look at your payslip, check your private pension status, and make sure your 3 layers are truly working for you.